Hey guys, this is Adam, and I still forgot to change the intro. Okay, hey everyone, this is Adam. No, that'll be a new intro. Yeah. Hey everyone, this is Adam from Adam Fern's channel. Yes. Now, this is a bit of a different recording angle. I wouldn't normally record on this angle, and I probably won't do that again. Won't do this again because I actually don't like this angle. Because you know when you're a kid, you get punished by getting sent to the corner of a random room, right? Yeah, that's where my camera is. In the corner of the room, and I'm looking right at it. Oh, this feels like when I'm 7 years old. Once I was 7 years old. Okay, anyway, you could probably tell by the title of the video. This is the Lynxy series, Series 6 review. Sorry if this angle is actually bugging you because it's not straight with the wall over there or the wall over there. And, but at least it's fine. I would prefer my old angle, but the light's still there and the curtains are drawn. Anyway, before I forget, to watch my older videos, please go to the YouTube channel, the Adam Ferns Archives. I'm sure a link to it will be in the comments below, or maybe that channel will comment on it because it was there in my last video. And yeah, so my good friend Lucas Green has actually created a channel called the Adam Ferns Archives, where basically copied and pasted all my old videos on the Dimensional Games Squad onto that channel. Hence why the intro may be a bit weird on that, because it's not the actual name. But anyway, it'll be a bit closer now that I have a new intro. I still need to think of one. But let's get right into this. I got a lot to do. 10 episodes. And thank you to everyone that asked Lucas a bunch of questions to ask me what I think about the series, because I have so many questions that I need to go through now. And basically my general view on this. This is going to be the longest Lynxy series review episode I've ever done. And I'm confident about that. If it somehow isn't, then okay. I'll be surprised. It should be around the length of my Pokemon Y Nuzlocke experience, which was around an hour. And if it's like that, you will get a message notification coming up. But anyway, let's get right into this. So, starting off with Series 6, being Episode 1. I have my little notes here, and I believe Episode 7, I ran out of these notes, so I went to a notebook. So I didn't write down all the questions. That's on my tablet, which is right next to me. Because, yeah, I'm not writing all those questions. That's a lot. Anyway, Series 6, Episode 1 begins with a montage sung by Tony Med. I'm not sure what the song was, but the montage was basically all the people of Candoya just don't really know what to do because Demon Knight has died. This is the series where it's like people getting used to Demon Knight being dead and villains trying to fill in his spot. Then it goes to news celebrating Demon Knight's death. I completely forgot about that. Then there was a party at the Tabby Cat Inn, observed by Vipra. And we are introduced to we technically were introduced into the last season. But to me, we are introduced to the new villain, Impus, which is Demon Knight's son. And I said this in my notes, and I stand by it now. He sounds absolutely hilarious. Sinister Strange makes a return, and we don't see his minions, but he does have them somewhere. Just probably has his castle. I think it's a castle. But we'll get to them later, and you'll know my opinion on them as soon as I get to them. Then we're introduced to this random guy who steals other people's blades, named Carlos, and a kid named Tyson. Tyson fights Carlos for the blades. Tyson wins, Carlos runs away, and Lynxy beats up and kills Tyson. That personally made no sense to me. But, okay. It actually didn't make much sense to me. and it still doesn't. So if you know why that happened, please explain in the comments below. Now that I have my own channel, I don't need to swap channels just to see a comment. But yes, I would be very interested to know. I'm sure I'll get a text from Lucas explaining it as well. So yeah. And to wrap up episode 1, Monkey King has been released from his prison. I believe it's to resemble Pandora's box, and creates Mylock, which is the general of the bull. I believe that's the animal. And Lynxy is a anti. Yeah, that was a side note I was supposed to put down somewhere in the middle of that. Lynxy is an anti-hero. That was my confirmation when she killed Tyson, but killed Demon Knight as well. So, yeah. If you didn't notice, Monkey King and Mylock, Monkey King being a Mylock, Monkey King being a monkey, Mylock being a bull, 2 animals with a zodiac sign. You can tell where this is going. We're gonna have zodiac animals, and I actually lost count how many we've gone through this season. Okay, but that's episode 1 done. I'm gonna quickly skim through what each episode does, and then we'll go straight to these questions, because that will be when all my explaining comes in. Okay, season 6, episode 2. We introduced some Monkey King's plan, which is to basically rule Kandoya with the generals of the zodiac sign being the animals. So it's kind of like the first season of the Jackie Chan adventures. I know that because I've been watching it with Lucas. And it's basically to rule Kandoya with that. Bring it back to the animal age, I believe. Sinister Strange's base is created. There we are. And his plan to be the greatest sorcerer is continued. I need to actually add more words here, because here's what the note says. And his plan to be the greatest sorcerer. And his henchmen. And his henchmen, which don't seem very useful. They are Nanny Plum and Wise Old Elf. More on them later. Impus and Viper are looking for an artifact. I can't remember which artifact, but okay. But Viper isn't very helpful to him. Oh yes, because Viper is such a mother. Don't be careful. Be careful. And then Impus like, but Mom. No, something like that, I guess. Watch this season to understand. It's actually really funny at the beginning. Monkey King is gathering generals like Rooster. Yeah. I think his name is Rooster. All I know is the voice actors kept calling him Rooster. But Lucas told me it was Rooster. But Sinister Strange and Impus are all after it as well. Ooh, freeway. It's like I'm reacting to the script. But we have Impus and Sinister Strange going for that artifact as well. I wish I could read my own writing. But Monkey King clearly... What? Okay, but Monkey King has beaten them to it. Released Rooster. And Rooster goes on a rampage, beating Sinister Strange and Impus. Sinister Strange... Oh my god. I remember this scene so well. Sinister Strange sends his henchmen out to attack Rooster. But as like the very bumbling henchmen they are, they do more damage to themselves than they do to Rooster. And Viper... What? Viper and Impus are arguing with each other about whether Impus should get involved in the fight or not, or Viper should actually do something. That's going to be very ironic later. And Rooster's a statue again because... what? Rooster turns to... Okay, so... Viper or Sinister Strange, it was one of them, has beaten Rooster eventually. I kind of skipped the fight for some reason. And it's now a statue again. And I believe... Yeah, it must be Viper, because it's now in Impus's possession, I believe. And Monkey King has a new general called General Vermin. And I just remembered that is a lie. Lynxy beaten Rooster. I don't know, actually. But I know it's Viper or Lynxy that has Rooster's statue. Moving on to episode 3. And if you're anyone but Lucas, you won't know how much I like this episode. Sinister Strange and Nanny Plum goes to a school of magic. And Wise Old Elf goes with them for a lesson to younger elves. Because he's a teacher for some reason. Marlock and Vermin are questioning Monkey King's plans, but they remain loyal because they're his generals, so they have to listen. Putting my iPad on silent because I just got a message from Reese. Oh, it's a good thing I put my phone on silent. Meanwhile, Impus was watching some strange YouTuber. I don't know why, but it kind of feels weird. Here's what that strange YouTuber said. Ugh, it sounds very cringy, this YouTuber. Like he doesn't know what he's saying half the time. Because here's what he said. Hey guys, Adam from the Dimensional Gaming Squad here. And then Viper destroys the TV that Impus was watching it. Impus is obviously upset because Impus' favourite YouTuber was on. And it's a bit weird of a channel if you ask me. A bit weird of a YouTuber if you ask me. The channel isn't weird anymore because that guy left the channel. But I think it's fine now. He gone on to a weirder channel, which is going to get weirder as a certain channel continues. God, I am actually crying right now with sadness and cringiness. But Viper interrupts him. Yep, and Vermin and Mylok got hit by a couple of boulders. I believe that was a trap sent by Impus to show Viper that he's actually doing something. We are introduced to Mrs. Fig, but she... Okay, this is actually what I wrote. She is driving me crazy. I genuinely hated this character. I never hated the character as much as I hated Mrs. Fig. With her teaching on magic, that's how she was annoying me. She's like Professor Trelawney from Harry Potter, apart from she's not funny. So, luckily, Wise Old Elf ended it. Thank you, Wise Old Elf. The only thing you're good for. And that's all I put down for episode 3, because I was generally too annoyed to actually write down anymore. But basically, it was just a lesson for Nanny Plum and Sinister Strange to learn magic in the ways from Mrs. Fig. Mrs. Fig was like, one of those teachers that you just hate because of how slowly they go. It's like Bob Ross painting. So it's like, so we make a little happy tree there. Oh no, we made a happy mistake. Slow and steady. It was just so annoying. It wasn't funny. Sorry, Lucas. I know you work hard on this, but I really need to say I do not like that episode. I do need to say though, the only good thing about it is that weird YouTuber did make me laugh a bit. Like, that YouTuber rung a bell, but I can't remember who that is. More on that later. Episode 4, Monkey King is shouting at General Vermin. Oh, good thing I turned my iPad on silent because I just got 2 more messages from Reese. Monkey King is shouting at General Vermin for failing to beat Impus. NP. Oh, okay. I put initials for these characters. I can't remember which one's which. NP. Who's NP? Nanny Plum. Nanny Plum is sailing on a boat, which is sinking. Whoa. I can't write. Okay. Which is sinking. This is not going well, this review, is it? Skip that. I think the boat was sinking. Okay. I think Nanny Plum was on a boat that is sinking because she was looking for a weapon for Sinister Strange. Okay, I just got a comment from Reese on my last video, and it made no sense. But he's probably going to comment the same thing on this video, because I just said the same thing that was in the last video as well. So. Okay, basically changed the name of the channel. Yes. And, so because the boat is sinking and she's failing to find Sinister Strange's weapon, sorry about all these distractions. I did not know Reese would be so talkative today. Sorry, Reese, if you're watching this, but, I did tell you I was recording. So, she calls in Wise Old Elf's Rescue Brigade. Impus makes his new henchman, Jinxter, create a new monster. I believe Jinxter was introduced in the previous season, but I can't remember. I believe it was season 2, but I'm not sure. Creates a new monster. Nothing interesting about that. And Monkey King revives General Roscoe, which is the... I'm so glad I didn't say what it was, because I like what I said on my note better. Which is a doggo! Sinister Strange has beaten Impus, this monster, and the Footling. Roscoe beats Wise Old Elf's Rescue Brigade, but gets beaten by Lynxy. Huh. So I believe Lynxy has that statue as well. Sinister Strange thinks about replacing his henchman with something else. Something better. Something greener. Something more fictional. Something more like a space ranger. Basically, the episode ends with him watching a Buzz Lightyear commercial, which was basically the entire audio from that commercial in Toy Story 1. Basically an advertisement when Buzz... It's basically at the scene where Buzz found out he was a toy. That's all I can say. It was in Sid's house, so, yeah. Episode 5. God's sake, I'm not even halfway through the series. And, God, it's 17 minutes. Man, this is going to be a long review. Episode 5 opens up with the Toy Story 2 sound effects. Yes. With the Buzz Lightyear. What? With the Buzz Lightyear. This is exactly what I said. With the Buzz Lightyear fighting some Footling after a quick fight against Impus, Sinister Strange calls him back. It was basically like the start of Toy Story 2 in that video game scene. But that's pretty much it. The Jinxer makes another monster under Viper's control. Mylok and Vermin learn of this new monster and run back to Monkey King to inform him and warn him. And Viper's monster is... I think I got this information wrong. Is Dark Lord, which looks a lot like Zurg. Or sounds like him, I can't remember. After a fight, another one breaks out with Impus. What? Man, was I tired when I wrote these notes? So after a fight, another fight breaks out with Impus, this new creation, which is like a giant metallic T-Rex kind of thing, I believe it was, versus Sinister Strange and Buzz and Impus. No, well, and Buzz. Impus nearly won, but Lynxy came in and destroyed the thing. And wandered off into the distance like a boss! Yeah! Like a boss. Yeah, episode 6. Wow, there's barely any notes for episode 7. Oh, okay. Episode 6, Sinister Strange asks Buzz for info on Lynxy's whereabouts. Some poachers get killed by Lynxy on her island, and I put he island, but okay. Lynxy build a house over the Tarzan music. I loved that scene, by the way, from the film and from the series. Viper makes Jinxer make another monster, and Impus has found General Stallion's statue. But Monkey King took it and brought General Stallion alive, and the fight takes place. Viper versus the Generals. Then Lynxy fights the Centaur, Mylok, and Stallion. Because Mylok and Stallion, since they have hooves, can go Centaur form. Which I think was something that Lucas was trying to make me like. He probably created it way before he knew me, but it worked. With Mylok, anyway. not really stallion because it looks a bit weird for me. Sorry. Monkey King and Sinister Strange get in a fight, and Monkey King wipes the floor with him. When Sinister Strange returned to his castle, he got a package with dark matter in it. Warp dark matter. Episode 7, now I know why I'm spelling any quotes here. Because Episode 7 is a complete reenaction of the Buzz Lightyear movie. Of the first couple minutes from Buzz and Warp... What? Yeah, with Buzz and Warp looking around the planet for LGM's Little Green Men, to breaking into Impus's hideout when he's dressed as Zurg, and Warp dies. And all that was observed by Lynxy eating an apple. And if you've seen Cinema Sins, you know what I mean by eating an apple makes you a total badass. Or an asshole. It's one of them. Either way, Lynxy is a badass. Okay, now we're on a little book now. Episode... Oh my god, I could barely read this. Buzz Morn... Okay, this is the continuation of episode 7. Basically the Buzz Lightyear movie thing. And it's... Hold on. Is this right? No, it must be. Yeah, it is. I was about to say, because episode 9 and 10 are after this. I know it wasn't that. So, Buzz mourns Warp's death. He brings Mira Nova back. But what? Oh my god, man, this is really bad. Sinister Strange brings Mira Nova back. Well, alive, I guess. And just like the movie, Buzz refuses her as a partner. Lynxy finds out where the tiger is, and Impus is... wreaking havoc. But Viper refuses to let Impus wear the Dark Lord suit, or the Zurg suit. Lynxy released General Saber. Yay. And Sinister Strange got hold of General Stallion. Oh no, General Stallion's gone. Oh, that is really depressing. I honestly do not care. Sorry. I've never been a fan of General Stallion. Lynxy makes Saber gather items and defeats him. And okay. I got confused again, man. This happens a lot. And Tony Med offers to help Monkey King. Yes, Tony Med. But he refuses to accept help, so Tony Med walks away laughing maniacally. I'm so glad I said maniacally because it's such a big word. Episode 10. Oh my god, episode 10 is a really long one. Okay, we've got episode 9 to go through first. And it was nearly long. It was really long. This one is kind of a important episode, a really important episode, which was supposedly could be episode 10. But episode 10 could be episode 9, but I think it's okay the way it is. I'm happy with it the way it is. Episode 9 opens up with Lynxy fighting Sinister Strange, and Lynxy sees Demon through a vision that changed to Demonites. Oh no. But 'tis be a dream. Yes. At least I read that. Impus got a new henchman. Okay. Impus's new henchman. What was that? Lynxy found out Impus dresses as Dark Lord, and Lynxy got blasted off again. There's so many references I got in this episode. Got blasted off again! Ding. By Impus, and fights Demonite. In a vision, I guess. Lynn returns and finds Lynxy and agrees to help her save her island, which has been planted with bombs underneath the island, courtesy of Vision Demonite. Because... Oh, I wish I can read. Okay, I guess now. Because cloaking technology, Lynxy ends up in hospital. What the hell was that? What? I can't even read my own notes. Okay, so basically the bombs had a cloaking technology, hence so Lynn couldn't find it, and Lynxy ends up in a hospital somehow. Lynn ends up seeing Demonite through Lynxy's eyes, Yeah, okay, I actually read that right without reading the note. Okay. Turns out Demon Knight was actually Comediac, close enough to a Vision, who is an old villain, which we haven't seen for ages. Long time no see, yep. And Monkey King finds the Snake General under the Dark Spire. What? Being Naga. So, but wait, Naga's dead. What do we do? Episode 10, the finale of the season, and hopefully this ends for the 30-minute timer. So then I could go to the questions, taking another 30 minutes. Yay! Anyway, episode 10, Monkey King captures... Okay, the note says captures, but I know the word is captures. Monkey King captures Vipera and tells her his plan to defuse her and get General Naga alive. The little green men created a partner for Buzz. His name is Exar. I love that so much. And they go to save the LGMs. His home. Impus is watching me. Impus is watching more of that strange YouTuber. Oh God. What was he saying this time again? Oh yes. Hey guys, it's Adam from... It's a bit of a weaker... Hey guys, it's Adam from the Dimension Gaming Squad here. But it was something I do need to say. Thank you for that Easter egg. I'm so glad it was on an episode which I actually liked. Sorry, but I actually hate episode 3. But it's okay. Thank you. And if it's anything like any other time anyone watches me, you get an interruption. But Monkey King interrupts and holds a ransom of Vipera being a ransom. Lynxy and Impus. Monkey King tells Lynxy to collect all the statues of her and Sinister Stranger's possession, and Impus gets the fusion cannon. That they do that, they make a plan on their way there to save Vipera and gives Monkey King a fake fusion cannon? What? Impus steals the statues but gets stopped and rocks fall between... Oh, okay, yeah, I get it. Basically, Impus tries to steal the statues from Lynxy, but a scuffle ensues, rocks fall down, buries the statues, Lynxy and Vipera on one side, Impus and the Footling on the other. Boom, 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 boom. Vipera got her memories as Kate back, and Kate learned what happened when she arrived on Kandoya in Series 5. She died a couple of seconds later. After another explosion, Vipera is back and Impus gets Lynxy. What? However, Vipera then puts Impus in a pushchair and lets Lynxy go free, both leaving the statues under the rock slide. Okay, that is pretty much the end of this, and I did write down one thing on this, which was one of the questions or theories, I guess, because I couldn't be bothered to add it on to this one because I didn't have access to my iPad then. But basically, some people think Vipera is in charge, some people think Impus is in charge. I need to say Impus, personally, because even though Vipera clearly has some more common sense here and seems to have more authority, I need to say, I'm going to say Impus because Demon Knight said in Series 5 that this child will be the new king of Kandoya. So that's why I'm saying it. So, yay, I guess. Anyway, that's the end of Series 6, and let's go on to the questions which span over 4 pictures. Screenshots I took. Anyway, the story. What do I think of the story? I think the entire story was great. The multitude of arcs that was in this, being Monkey King, Sinister Strange, Impus and Vipera, and Lynxy's arc. All good. I like them. It's not the best story out of all the seasons, but it had this kind of tone to it where it was supposed to be more of a comedic season than a dark, spoopy season like Series 5. So Series 4... Series 6 did a great job at having that comedic humour. It gradually went to the dark side. later on in the series, but it was supposed to, especially in episode 9 and 10. That's when I was going to say a bad word. That's when stuff really starts going down. Like, stuff gets for real. But that's pretty much it. Like, the story's just, it's not amazing, but it's not terrible. There are some episodes which I prefer not be in the series. There are some references I got though, especially that weird YouTube one. God knows who that. Oh, who is that YouTuber? I need to know. But anyway, it's just that. It's just that, really. Anyway, the characters. Lynxy. Lynxy, around just over halfway through the series, she seemed to have a change of voice. And yes, she got a new voice actor halfway through the season. But more on that later. I actually got there's actually a question about what I think of the voice actors. So I'll get to that later. I know you're watching. So Lynxy, I think she was an okay character. She wasn't seen as much in this series as other seasons, but I think that's okay because this is more focused on the villains, as every season is. But this one in particular had to go over 3 villains, which is what I think made it good. Monkey King. Monkey King, in my opinion, the main villain of this series. Had an interesting plan. I like his little theme every time he turns up. And more on the voice actor later. But I think his plan is pretty good. It is quite similar to the Jackie Chan Adventures, but I'm guessing that's where Lucas got his reference from. He's not ripping off completely, but I'm guessing that's where he's getting the reference from, which is okay. I get references from other things as well. Like a little Bulbasaur here, little Bulbasaur here. I just realised Bulbasaur is my sling from November on his bulb. Okay, that's completely random. What was that? Sorry, but oh god, I just heard a little. Okay, Sinister Strange. Don't take this as any offence to Lucas or the voice actor, but I preferred Sinister Strange in a previous season. I mean, he had more development here, which is good. I think the thing that pulled him down was something that wasn't something that Sinister Strange as a character can control. And now it's his henchman. I'll get to them later because they're also in the character description I need to give my opinion on. Impus is next. Honestly, I wouldn't say he's annoying. He's supposed to sound annoying because he's a child. But I'll say he's more like a millennial. He's literally like every millennial I know. Would say the most random stuff, always complain, say, but mum, that'd be the complaining part, and he watches YouTube a lot. Moving on. Viper. Viper is the stereotypical strict mum of the seasons at Impus, but also towards the end, the reunited friend to Lynxy. That gave her quite a bit of development, but my opinion on her is the same as the last season, which is good. And that's it. That was literally all I said about her last season. Now, time for the new characters. Apart from Monkey King, because I already said him. Buzz. What did I say? I always liked Buzz. But, yeah, I always liked Buzz. I like that he's working for Sinister Strange. I couldn't think of any better villain for him to work for. But it's a movie character that literally all these quotes are from movies like Massive was, but that's pretty much all I can say. It's just like his adventures in the Lynxy series on Candoya. So I can't really say much about that apart from it's just okay. Nanny Plum and Wise Old Elf. I'm going to talk about them together. Both of them are terrible. I hated both of them. I know the voice actor for Sinister Strange actually likes them. I'm not saying you're wrong. But I'm saying I personally didn't like them. And but I'm happy to watch them every now and then. Just if they get an entire episode focus on them, I won't enjoy it. So kind of episode 3, vaguely episode 4, but I enjoyed that because it had other characters in as well, and the introduction to the Buzz arc there. Brief, but I'm not going to mention that. And the last character, which is said here, Tony Meds. Now, this character, I didn't say in the review, because I generally forgot to. He kept reappearing at random points during each episode. That was the foreshadowing to episode 9, which is why people think episode 9 should be episode 10 and episode 10 should be episode 9. I personally think it's good. It's different feeling to it, kind of like a mystery, which is good on its own. And I think I know I'd like to see more of that later in the series. Moving on to the arcs. Monkey King arc. Monkey King's arc was to collect all the statues and use them to create a new animal age. I liked it. I really do. This was before I... technically, I watched this before I watched Jackie Chan Adventures. Or some of the episodes anyway. So when I first heard of his plan, I generally liked it. I liked it. I wanted to see where it would go. And it gets continued over to Series 7. So that's something I could look forward to. The Sinister Strange arc. His plan is to become the greatest sorcerer. It's going to sound really bad. Pretty generic, I think. Sinister Strange isn't a bad character at all. I like this character. But I think his plan is more basic than the others were. Yeah. It's just that it's something that we heard before with I can't remember his name. Was it Delilah? I don't know, but it's become the most powerful being on the planet or something. But it's something we've seen before. But I think Sinister Strange does it better than whoever I'm thinking of right here. But yeah, moving on. Impus and Vipra. Their arc. I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember what their arc was. But their whole story together, I guess, basically all the scenes that they had together. True, they butted heads quite a bit, but at the end of the day, you can tell that Viper actually does care about her son, and Impus does care about his mum. But I think the thing that gets in the way for that is Viper's ambition to make Impus the most powerful being on the planet. And Impus' ambition to just watch that strange YouTuber, but also use the gadgets instead of his strength to become the strongest on the planet. And finally, the last arc, the Lynxy character arc. I think it's a bit of a unique turn. Like, you don't normally see characters on an island for most of the series, and then every now and then make an occasional appearance just to be a badass. But it's alright, I guess. Like, it's not amazing, but it's a new change, and I'm all for it. I like it. The Tony Med mystery. Now, I already mentioned this when I talked about Tony Med. It was intriguing, and I'd like to see more of it later in the series. P.S. Give explanations, why to your answers. Done. Brief thoughts on the new villain Master Planner. Okay, because it is brief that we saw him, I'm going to say this because I know I said this to Lucas. He looks like Michael Morningstar or Mike Darkstar from Ben 10 Alien Force. But other than that, he looks mysterious, and I look forward to seeing more of him later on. Thoughts on the new voice actors? They are the voice actors for Lynxy, Monkey King, and Sinister Strange. All of which, in my opinion, did a great job. And I will need to talk more about that later, because I got another one on it as well. I got another question on them as well, but I can't remember where it was. Did I? Yes, there we are. Oh no, that's just to say their names. Okay. Basically, all three of you, because I know you're watching, you did a great job. I really do mean it. Even though I may have gave a bit of criticism to your characters or their voice change for Lynxy anyway. I need to say this with every fibre of my being actually meaning this. You lot did a great job, and you made the series you kind of carry the series have a different tone to it, making Lucas's job easier, not having to voice every character. And also, I need to give credits especially to hold on, what's his name? Oh god, I'm gonna slaughter your last name. Carson Schnecht, I think. Your voice acting, from what I heard from Lucas, was absolutely perfect. Basically, every time you sent a recording in, he didn't need to send it back to have it redone. I'm not sure if it was done for Monkey King and Lynxy's voice actors, but I need to say, I agree with Lucas. Your voice acting was amazing, especially. Monkey King's voice actor, I like the little crazy tone you kind of gave to it. Joker Impressionist, you did a kind of a crazy tone to it, which is what I liked. And you kind of carry that comedic humour for me a bit. You didn't have many of those comedic moments, as Impus kind of stole most of them. But that doesn't mean that I had a bit of a smile every time I saw your character. And finally, Satya Ann, I believe that's your name anyway. Your voice acting as Lynxy. I'm still kind of new to it because I believe you started in episode 7 or 6. But this is only the beginning of what I can only see as probably until the end of the series of your voice acting, and I think I'll get used to it. But I need to say this now. Great start. I wouldn't say I expect so much more from you, but I look forward to seeing other roles that you and Joke Impressionist and I'm just going to say your first name, Carson, will be doing. Moving on. Did Season 6 manage 3 villains well? I need to give an explanation for this. But yes, it did an amazing job. It carried out all 4 arcs, but the 3 villain arcs very well done. Any negatives about it? I would say, I mean, it was pretty hard for Lucas to try and balance all 3 of those villains in 10 episodes to have them all have equal screen time. Pardon me again. But he did a great job at it. And I think it will, and I hope to see more of it in the future because he did a great job at it. I'd like to see if he could do it more with maybe more than 3 villains. Who was the best of the 3 villains in Season 6? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, considering 2 of the voice actors actually are the villains, and I like Impus as well. Now this is a hard one. Which of the villains was my favourite in Season 6? From what I saw in Season 6, of what they did, I need to say Lynxy. No, I'm sorry, Lynxy's not like that. Lynxy doesn't count as one of those 3 villains. But I'm honestly going to say Monkey King. Because Monkey King's plan, to when I first saw it, was original. I always seen it as original because I seen this before I watched Jackie Chan Adventures. Sinister Strange, I'm sorry, but your plan, as I said, was a bit basic, and I think I've seen so many times before, even in that series or in other films I've seen. And Impus, he's just a child, and he does get a bit agitating after a while. Most of the time he is funny, but I do like all 3 of these villains. I really do. Could you take Impus seriously? No. Next question. Who is the henchman in the... I already had this one. Who is the henchman of Order and leader, Viper or Impus? Impus, leader, Viper, henchman. I said why later. Who is worse, Nanny Plum or Wise Old Elf? I'm going to say Nanny Plum. Because I didn't say this in the review. But she literally called the Wise Old Elf's rescue brigade, I believe, for a biscuit. So, what's that? Like, that just makes her useless, because she has magic, and she can't even spawn one there. She needs to call the Elf Brigade. Did you believe any of the villains filled Demon Knight's void? This is coming from a really big fan of Demon Knight, and I need to say no. Because if you look at it, technically none of the villains actually completed their goal. Demon Knight did. And if you were to fill Demon Knight's void, you need to complete your goal and be just as intimidating of a villain as he is. And the most intimidating out of all the villains is Monkey King and Sinister Strange. Impus, you're not really intimidating, but I'm sure you get intimidating later. Eventually. But, yeah, none of them filled in the voids that Demon Knight left. Oh, I missed one. Impus is a fan of Adam Fern's. The weird YouTuber was me? Oh, I guess that makes sense. But, that's not even a question, that's just a statement. Yeah. Is Impus funny or annoying? I'm going to say funny. Because he had most of the comedic humour. It does get annoying after a while. But most of the time I found it funny. And I can't stop laughing at it when I see it. Every time I see it. So, that's my opinion there. Yay! Are any of these villains sympathetic? I think what Lucas means by that question, or whoever said that, is... Do I show any sympathy with the tough points or sad points that these guys go through? I'm gonna need to say probably yes and no, because Impus just wants to impress his mum and also fill in Demon Knight's void that he left, but he's doing kind of a bad job at it. Sorry, but Sinister Strange. Like, I'm going to say yes, I feel sympathy for this character, because honestly, you have the worst minions. I'm sorry, but you honestly do. And Monkey King, I'm going to say no, because you didn't really have any of those down moments where it should make me feel sympathy for this character. So I'm going to say no. So it's just yes for Sinister Strange. When Buzz was introduced, did it feel like Buzz stole the spotlight and it became a Buzz Lightyear cartoon? Yes, definitely. There was a whole episode dedicated to this as well. Moving on. Do you think the Lynxy series works better with multiple villains in a season or one big bad? Now that's a hard question because my favourite villain is Demon Knight, who is the one big bad. But Season 6 did a great job with 3 villains. So I'm going to need to say yes, because I can picture eventually there's going to be a season where there's going to be more than one villain, but at the end of it, one of them becomes the big bad, which is something I like to see, and I hopefully look forward to if it actually becomes a thing. In a video you said when we get to know Viper more, you feel she will surpass Saga. She did. And I really hate to say this because I liked Naga. When you don't really appear very often and you're kind of been left in the dust, you get forgotten about. Unless you're Dark Lord. That's pretty much all I can say about that. So, yeah, Naga's been surpassed by Viper. Please be aware the cast will be watching your review. I wasn't supposed to say that one. But Sataya and Lynxy, cast and yeah, that one. Sinister Strange and Joker impressions Monkey King. Okay, that's not a statement. That's not a question, that's a statement. Hi. Don't forget to announce your cat. Yes! Oh, yes. Okay, I forgot about that. I generally did. Thank you, picture from the past. Basically, Series 7 is having a new side villain, or villain. His name is Apex, and he is voiced by me! Yay! I'm not gonna lie and say, I am nervous. That's all I can say. It's not even a question, it's a statement. Also, this just your review, doesn't have to be answering these questions. Oh. Doesn't have to be you answering these questions. We obviously want to hear your thoughts on topics as well as on this subject. Well, I answered them. I answered most of them, so I'm going to finish it off now. Final question for the. This is not the final question, by the way. What is the best thing or element of the season? From the beginning, the comedic humour. Towards the end, I'm going to say the build-up to finding out that Impus actually cares about Viper. I'm sure it's kind of an expected thing to do because mother and son kind of thing. But throughout the entire season, you never actually see Impus actually care for Viper. But in that episode, we do. And that's what I liked most about it. And hold on, because it's getting close to a certain time, I'm just gonna need to quickly pause this review and just quickly message someone. Oh god, I wish I could spell. Okay, done. Okay, basically it's nearly 3 o'clock, and I asked Lucas to remind me if this camera was too bad, but it's not. So I just sent him, please don't message me. Okay, the last question is, I don't think it is the last question. No, it's not. Okay, I'm swearing now. No more after this one. Really? Is the sight of Demonite in a surgeon outfit terrifying? No, that was in episode 9, by the way. And that was when Comediac was Demonite. No, it wasn't terrifying. It was weird, and I don't want to see it again, because I did not like it. It was just something that... just really weird. Favourite episode? Episode 10. Episode 10. I need to give a reason. It's not... one big reference to a episode or film. It's not one big reference to a film or to a cartoon. It has a dramatic build-up, and it gives one of the most kind of the best element to this season, which hasn't really been built up but literally just been thrown in there probably randomly. That kind of made a great result for it, which is something I liked, and I think made this my favourite episode of the season. Not really surprising the finale was my favourite episode. But moving on, I believe this is the last question. Oh no. Oh no, wow. Oh no, this is. Okay. Adam, I'm sorry, there's one final question. Really? So much for that stupid vow. Yeah, but as I remember. Oh yeah. So sorry, but here, each villain had a music piece. Which of the three is your favorite? Jesus Christ. Monkey King was my favorite. Monkey King was my favorite. Because I like that little jungle vibe kind of thing, and I like that little bongo kind of sound. Sinister Strangers and Impus were just as good, but I need to go with the homeboy Monkey King. I believe that, yeah, that's all of it. Oh, okay, I'm done all my questions, and wow, I wasn't lying, this is actually the longest review. But anyway, I think I've done with this review. I believe I got everything. If I haven't, I'm gonna get hell from Lucas, basically. But anyway, that is all for this time. If you liked what you saw or heard, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press that notification bell down in the corner below. How do you like the first official video on this channel, technically? And I'll see you next time.